Hi everyone, how are you? This is a good way to start something. Hope you're doing well. I would like to share information today regarding to state of mind, therefore state of beings, energetic, physical as well as psychological beings. Since there was a long time now, I think maybe since 2 years ago at least, more than a year ago, I think I shared information regarding to state of mind. I will try to make this as much as a summary as possible, since there are a couple of versions or videos of the same thing already with lots of details. So why do we have state of minds? We have state of minds on the planet because the nature infection occurred on the planet after the planet got hit by a meteor carrying alien nature. Some people would say there are a couple other meteors, but I know by experience and by scientific researches that the vibranium is the worst one, and then all the rest of them are less as bad, less as destructive, less as oppositely natured by well, it's like a nuclear waste product from outer space, nuclear waste product. So an energized pollution, huge, and imagine like a fossilized virus, sort of, which got energized as soon as it entered the solar system. In this case, we're talking about the Milky Way solar system or the universal solar system. And then as it came closer, because it got attracted to higher pH balances, higher energy source fields, and electromagnetic fields, it happened to arrive to Earth. Now, along the way, it got energized as it got closer to more energy carrying elements of the universe. We're talking about suns and solar systems. The Earth has its own solar system. That's the core. The projection of the core, you most visually can see to the North Pole and the South Pole, because that projection tells us how things are. So the camper has like a projection, a monitoring system with a projection for humans to see from one place to another on the surface about what's going on. Like um, surveillance, we would say. Now, state of minds, of course, these are protective systems. State of minds have occurred because of the radiation decay, the radioactive decay of the radiation, or the radiation. Yeah, it's technically radiation decay. That means negative ion charge. That means does not have life. And even with the pollution as is, like it will take a very very long time to neutralize this, and it will get never neutralized on Earth. That's the bug trap. But that's what all virus natured elements or beings or things or effects do. They come with a trap, and they are not alone. They are never alone. So this bug trap is huge. It occurred a couple 100,000 years ago. Ever since then, since the radioactive decay, that means negative ion electric impulses, since the entire planet is electric, interconnected to everything, from one floor to another, one level to another. Yes, 4 plus 1 floors in 4 plus 1 ways. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so everything is this one as well as the same. And of course, when you add them up, they are plural, like they they will be pair. Maybe like pairing. It's kind of like your human brain, right? It's kind of like your human brain if you put your hands together like this. So your physiology also a projection of how you are. It is true for every other living beings on the planet. So in the same category of nature, everything is one and the same, as well as the same. The popular Hungarian or European proverb that everything is one as well as the same. It was missing information. The information it was missing to complete one sentence is in one category of nature by electromagnetic qualities. Okay, it's very important to see the categories of natures, then be able to establish valid, scientifically proven, evidentially proven, real evidentially proven in real time at an authentic place. Okay, that's valid at any real court. So, since we have one human rights law, which is the foundation of all legal proceedings or consequences, justice has been centralized. We have one core, one foundation, just like the human planet has with human nature, or with all the rest of the sons meant to do. Okay, so resurrection of life and how it does energies move around the universe, and yet instead of killing it while it suffers, it produces correlation, completion. So this would be the next human life science scholar, scientifically proven intelligence. That means human life supportive information. I would like to call it more like a reminder rather than anything else, because every human nature has this information built in, but the levels of acidifications caused by radioactive pollutions, resulting radiation decays, there are more pollutions, more poisons around the cellular membranes at certain areas of certain biologies. So, depending on that degree and style, or how about, state of mind will also depend, will also differ. The varieties will be projected energetically, then physically, then psychologically, then all together, energetically, physically, as well as psychologically, in certain ways, in a way they were able to make it. Okay, originally, all lives start as human lives on the planet to actually be manifested physically as well as psychologically. 1 second, I gotta blow my nose. My allergy is on. State of minds. Okay, first, where state of minds begin? Energy. So, what needs the most protection? Energy. Why? Because everything primarily is energy. When someone looked into an atom, find empty space with a dot in it, and then looked into the dot and then find another empty space with another dot in it, and in the dot he find all different types of components as you accordingly what type of atom or what kind of atom someone may look at. So no, you are not a racist if you think your human atom, your human element, human DNA, your human genes, your human nature carrying physical stance, which is the physical manifestation of spark of God, and with the light together, it became a godlike angelic nature manifested physiologically, then created a psychology. And as it combine, when you combine energy with physical with physiology, you will have a psychology. Exactly accordingly, the components of the energetic as well as then or as well or then actually let's put it that way. So certain environmental conditions, internal as well as external environmental conditions, are applying everywhere in everything. Now we're talking about the nature of the law of natures or natural laws of the universe regarding human life science. For humans, it is very, very important, I believe, to remember who we are. Because when we do that, as humans, of course, because when we do that, when we are doing that, then we are reinforcing, re-strengthening, also re-enhancing our human soul capabilities to our physiologies as well as our psychologies. So Saint Trinity comes into play. While we are capable of doing that internally as well as externally when it comes to the environmental conditions, when we are capable of doing that accordingly the five main elements, 4 plus 1, right? Okay, how many times do we have this on our biological system? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1. Okay, okay. Think. Is it thoughtful? Is it honest or helpful? Is it intelligent? Is it necessary or is it kind? Let's think. Thinking humanly. In this world, especially with all of these injuries and pollutions and whatnot, we need reminders non-stop. What will remind us? Anything what is humane, natured, energetically, physically, or psychologically. Does that mean that I need to, you know, does it mean that I will need to uh, be involved into that in the in that reminder or reminding event? Does that mean I will need to be involved in it thoughtfully, honestly, or as well as, depending on what we float your human boat, intelligently, necessary as well as kindly. Now, why is it important to have humanly right thinking abilities just by remembering what think, 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 think means? For me, why the reason why it is important to remember, because the quality of my thoughts will determine the quality of the emotions. I realized on all living beings that we share this nature. Also, I realize it in all non-living beings, or those who we don't really call they are actualized, but of course they are electrified, and maybe that's all to it. When it comes to humanly thinking what living means. Loving, in this case caring. This caring could be simply by human natured caring, or human natured caring, simply are humans, towards other human natured beings. Even when they are not doing so well, most likely that's when they need it the most. Since human energy will energize everything, then amplify it, and now we got all these radioactive devices and radios around us, so they are also amplifying and activating certain quality of natures through us, with us, not necessarily for us, or definitely not by us if they are not good. So having radioactive devices and radiations in the ether, like on in this level, what we got today, is very very dangerous. Since everything gets amplified by it, not only good things. That's the issue. And remember, we have an alien natured product on the planet, which means it is the opposite, exactly the oppositely natured thing on the planet to human nature since hundreds of thousands of years ago. Only a couple of hundreds of thousands of years, not a long time compared to human nature, compared to the infinite qualities of human nature. It's not a long time. But remember this, that thing also got energized, more energized than ever before, and that's not a good thing. It's the opposite of good thing. Probably everybody knows that word. And when I say bad, I didn't mean the bad in the bedroom, and I didn't mean the bad or the bad, which is a bath in German or in Germanic languages. I mean opposite to good. So when is humanly speaking, so when it comes to state of mind, for us to help our human energy, soul, to remain pure, clean, human nature, is through having a good psychological reminder, having a good psychological attitude, or already established program with us. Because by circulating good thoughts, good emotions, energy, motions, will occur, which will purify our human soul. That's why we love listening to lovely songs, or lively songs, or romantic songs, depending on what which quality or event is actually represented for us to live with, or being created, produced for us, or by us, with us, for us to live with. State of mind. Originally, for humans, one state of mind, one blood type. Everything else is a mutation caused by, everybody knows by now, Alien nature, so nothing to do with humans. Until we are having alien natured elements on the planet, since the planet is alive, electric, everything around us is a projection of certain type of projection, or all the three different types of projections combined. So energetic projection, physical projection, however it appears to us, right? Psychological projection. And there are also beings and things which are all three. Of course, normally everything is all the three, but by appearance, by experience, in one way or another, they will affect us. So something would affect us more psychologically rather than physically. But that effect will either sustain human nature or defer it, uh, divert it from it, which comes with, of course, always comes with discomfort and damages, infections and damages, and healing has to be mandatory, naturally. Otherwise, human will remain in a bad condition. I mean, the wrong condition. I mean, in the opposite condition, what actually the human was uh, or has meant to be, always at, which is to be well. It is well described how to be well in the human rights, in the 30 international or universal human rights. Psychologically, it would be super easy for humans to live accordingly that psychological quality, physically as well as energetically. For us, it would be the easiest thing to do, to live according to human rights, including all the human nature plants or five elements. That's all I need to say about this. Okay, so let's keep one mind, which is a human natured mind, so we can actually have, we actually will be set to our goal. Every human's goal is to have a human life. Every human souls. Those who don't want to, they may look like humans, they are not human souls anymore. Every human soul wants to live a good human life, a proper human life. It's guaranteed accordingly that the 30 international as well as universal human rights, which is the foundation of everything what is actually legal on the planet. It's the human planet. This is the good news. Although we need to do what we would like to have, what we would like to experience. This experience will result on actual, uh, not only psychological memories, but physical memories and energetic memories. Sometimes we can begin with in one way. Sometimes we are capable of beginning only physically doing something humanly right. That's the biggest support what we can do for ourselves to also now support our psychologically to be well. And then also that's the biggest support, probably one of the biggest support what we can do for our energy to be well. Then for our physical well-being again, and when our soul qualities are well as well, The biggest support is when we are capable of supporting our physiology with its own soul quality, which has manifested it. So the human physiology naturally is experience makes perfect. This cycle could be reversed. As long as it's good natured, it will resort to human nature. Aloha, one kind, one heart, one mind, one blood, one word for humankind. Aloha. Mandatory healing for humans. Fully supported financially in every ways according to human rights law. Let's do it. Those who can't, don't worry about them. There will be a time when they will be able to. Those who wants to do it, we have we have the actual law and everything with it, everything good with it to support it. Aloha.